Hey, welcome everyone. It is Coach Rob DeBoer. Welcome to my kitchen here in Prospect, Kentucky. I wanted to shoot a video that would help people better prepare for their upcoming 8-week drink ketone challenge. You could call it 60 days of clean eating. Title it whatever you want. We call it BodyCompKeto. Why? Because I want my body to have better composition, which means I want to focus on becoming a better fat burner and keeping and creating skeletal muscle, and then kind of looking, feeling, performing well along the way. That's BodyCompKeto. And we do it using the power of ketone energy. It's probably the greatest product I've ever seen. It's the greatest metabolic tool to create compliance, and I'm a big believer. Compliance might be the most important word as it relates to success you sustain. So welcome. This is going to be titled kind of the shopping cart video for what you might want to purchase to follow along. This certainly isn't perfect, but it's been very practical in taking me from about 230 pounds to about 215 pounds or 210 pounds in a very short period of time. I didn't lift any different. The only difference was paying attention to the calorie consumption in and the amount of calories spent out. Now, I know there's plenty of people, there's no shortage of people, experts, specialists. It's not that simple. Well, try and test for yourself. We're going to show you everything that I did, that if you will do the same, if you will follow along, you will see a level of success that I believe can be life-changing. And we don't talk about lifestyle a lot because that's a big word and sometimes people put on the brakes. But let me jump right in. The single most important product that I use, I know how to eat. I was a fluffy, chubby, fat loss coach. But I still knew the science. I still knew how it worked. I was still drinking ketones, but I didn't pay attention to the system. And I think a lot of people fail. If they don't have a system and a coach, they lack the confidence to see success. I knew the system, I just didn't have a coach. You know who my coach became? My coach was my CEO, who said, I don't think I've ever seen you eat clean for 60 days. And started looking at myself, and truth shows when you look at yourself in the mirror, and I wasn't the example of a fit fat loss coach, but rather a fluffy one. So I thought, you know what? Instead of continuing to tell people what to do, why don't I go show them how to do it? And so that's where this journey began. Keto Nat is Pruvit's premier product. I'll use this twice a day, every day. And what's interesting is I had been using ketones. I had been believing in fasting. I had patience, but I wasn't following a system and I wasn't listening to a coach. So let me tell you what this coach did, yours truly. And if you're willing to follow along, you will see a level of success you can't imagine. Now, we're not talking carbs, fat, keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian. You're going to have to figure out where you fit in. But I'm going to tell you, if you do what I did, you will see the same or a similar result. Certainly you'll see a success story. You will see a better after picture 60 days from now if you follow what I'm about to share with you. So all of this is ultimately your shopping cart. And there's going to be some things you certainly don't need to go buy all this immediately. But these are all things that I've used along the way and continue to use on a daily basis. So let's start with Costco. Costco has these crepini egg wraps. They're amazing. Very low fat, some protein, low to no carb. Basically, it's just a great effective way to wrap up lunch meats, to wrap up rotisserie chicken, to wrap up scrambled eggs. So you can get these at Costco. 1 or 2 of these a week is a staple at our house. This is a half-eaten rotisserie chicken, best deal in town, $4.99 at Costco. Spare me the comments on, well, that's not organic and farm-raised. Okay, I get it. I'm not perfect, but I'm going to show you what practical looks like as it yields success over the last 50, 60 days for me. So rotisserie chicken, that does not discount cooked chicken. I've gotten actually pretty good at this. And again, it's nothing special. It's the Kirkland or the Costco brand. We just buy the chicken. Comes in a big thing of this, and we'll cook half a pack. And it ends up like this, and I'll cut up one of these about every morning with my protein BodyCompKeto batter waffles. The next thing that is specific to Costco, I'm a cereal guy. Like, I grew up eating cereal. This Special K protein box has 3 different kinds. This isn't good for the person that's not willing to monitor what they're doing. In other words, if you can't measure it, you won't monitor it, and you'll overconsume it. And the reason I know this is because 1 serving, 1 1/3 cup of any one of these, I use kind of half serving of this, 1 half serving of this one, mix it together with 1 cup of Fairlife non-fat skim milk. But you can buy that protein box at Costco, that's why I bring it up. But you must use it as directed on the box. I never have more than a serving. I never have more than 1 serving a day, if every day. I don't have it every day. So Special K, it helps me with my love for cereal, the crunch. I use dairy milk. Let me see if I use Fairlife light blue label dairy milk. 0 fat, 6 carb, 13 protein. I love it. A lot of people that have issues with lactose, because it's ultra filtered milk, lactose free, a lot of people that are bloated from traditional dairy milk, they've tried this brand at my recommendation and they've done phenomenal. They have 0 issue. It's got an extended expiration date, so it lasts for a while as well. Fit Crunch bars. Yes, I'm the guy that says, hey, we're not going to be perfect. Every now and again, I want a candy bar. This is not a candy bar, but it sure does taste like one. This is really good, but it can get you in a lot of trouble if you don't control this. This isn't a 1-a-day deal, but it's about every few days if I want a treat. So that's kind of the Costco stuff. Next, you can get these just about anywhere online. We'll talk about the supplements. People that are serious will buy these 3. Dimetize ISO 100, Fudge Brownie, and my phone right now is being the tripod for the peanut butter. But I recommend, this is a whey isolate, different than an animal-based protein. So I use both the Dimetize ISO 100, and then I also use this MRE Light, and all of the flavors are great. This one is blueberry cobbler, tastes great with my waffles. The oatmeal chocolate chip is delicious with the Swiss cacao ketones. Apple pie, banana bread, all of them are fantastic. And so those are probably 2 of the products that I would recommend people get if they want to follow along. There's one more actually, hang on. This one you've got to order online. It's called Real Carbs, Rich Piana's group, 5% nutrition. Rich is no longer with us. Nevertheless, this is basically powdered oats, yams, and sweet potatoes. So it's a complex carb. It's all carb, low to no protein, low to no fat, but it makes a great base for our BodyCompKeto batter. That's how I make my waffles. With my waffles, I will buy liquid egg. You can get this. It would be egg beaters. Here's what I think you're looking for. You're looking for something that's yellow. The egg whites are a bit watery and runny, but you're looking for something that's got 25 calories, 0 fat, 0 carb, 5 grams of protein, or 1 carb, 5 grams of protein. So they do make liquid egg without fat. That's what I've been using, and it doesn't have to be just egg whites. Now they do have some versions that will have egg yolks, so it will include fat. You can use real eggs. I'm all about less is best, simple is sound, so I don't like cracking my eggs. I can pour this in 5 seconds where it would take me 5 minutes to crack 8 eggs and fish out the yolk and a little piece of the cracked eggshell. So I use a lot of this daily. It makes my waffles, and I have waffles about every day. So I'm gonna set these out of the way as I go through them. Proteins, I use the boar's head lunch meat. I always use kind of the oven roasted or the hickory smoked. I don't really get the honey roasted or the honey glazed, just because that would add a little more sugar. I use a lot of the lunch meats, not perfect, it's practical. This one, these kind of go together. Lightly salted rice cakes, okay? And then I use these 2 packets. One is pre-made tuna, and the other one's just tuna in light water, or in water. I'll mix these because then I don't have to mix them with, I don't have to buy mayo, I don't have to do any of that. If I mix the 2 of these, it makes it tuna salad-y enough to top 2 of these rice cakes. It's an incredible meal, snack, call it whatever you want. This can go in your briefcase, it can go in your bag, and go in your glove box. Very simple. This can go in the back seat, so you don't have any excuses when you're on the go. Yes, sugar-free syrup. I use it. You might disagree. It's what I do. People are asking, Rob, what did you do to go look from picture 1 to picture 2 over the last 50, 60 days? I use this almost daily. I don't drench it, so I'm very mindful of the calories. But if you don't like it, you might not eat it. And if you won't eat it, you won't do it. And if you won't do it, it won't work. So I use any type of sugar-free syrup with my waffles. I'll occasionally have oats. For someone that doesn't have the real carb powder, you could just ground oats in the BodyCompKeto batter instead of the real carb powder. It might add a little bit more carb. It might make it a little different texture. But I'll typically just have a bowl of oatmeal with some egg bites that are really good. So the only ingredient should be oats. Okay, we're not getting the apple cinnamon sugar infused or the maple and sugar infused pre-flavored oats. And when I say oatmeal, I'll have oatmeal and egg bites. So what I'll do is I'll take the liquid egg. I'll take this. I get this at Kroger. But there's a whole ham section where you can get diced. This is 97% fat-free. And this whole thing is 80 grams of protein. So it makes the math easy for me. I can go take my muffin tin. I can just start filling up all the tins about evenly and then divide by 80. So I know once I'm done, pour in my egg, and I don't use cheese. I try to save those calories so my body fat will be burned instead of the cheese calories. And it just is super easy. So I'll take a little probably non-stick avocado, Pam, non-stick spray, coconut oil spray, low to no calorie, obviously. And these are great. I don't use little cups. I just put it in a non-stick tray and it doesn't seem to stick. So these are real easy. I cook it at about 400 degrees until they're done. It's mostly ham though, right? The egg isn't the majority of it is the animal protein or the meat. Let's see what else. This is a great treat. 10 carb, 15 protein, 0 fat. You can mix in stuff with it. I don't. Stuff always means extra calories, and calories matter most. I will take 10 or 15 of these pre-cooked shrimp and thaw them. And yep, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. Don't knock it till you try it. I'll take a can of Campbell's tomato soup. I'll heat up the soup in a glass bowl. I'll peel the tails off these. They're already deveined, they're already cooked, they're already peeled. They just have the tail. I'll take the tail off and I'll throw about 15 of these in, and nothing but protein and some carb, low to no fat, makes an amazing meal. Salt, pepper, I call it po' boy shrimp gumbo. Really good. Steamed veggies. I love these. If you can find these, mashed sweet potato dollops, and the only ingredient should say sweet potatoes. You can get roasted sweet potatoes, but be careful because some of them will say sugar glazed or brown sugar glazed sweet potatoes, which adds a bunch of extra calories and sugar. So these are really good. Steam in the bag. I don't steam things in the bag now. I steam them in a glass bowl. Yes, thank you, Kate McDowell, for bringing that to my attention. Green beans, nothing fancy or fun. But my great friend Trey Bennett and Shannon Metro down in Charleston, South Carolina, they're big MPC, bodybuilder fitness, show promoters, fitness people, beautiful, awesome people, showed me how to sprinkle these with cinnamon, bake them in the oven, sprinkle them with stevia in the raw, which, by the way, stevia in the raw, I like it because it's got the texture of sugar, but it's not sugar. Sprinkle that and some cinnamon over your green beans. I mean, I'll start probably doing that over any vegetable that I don't love. This is cauliflower, sweet potato, rice. My least favorite, probably most productive, Brussels sprouts. And again, don't get the New York style because it'll have vegetable oil and seasonings and ingredients you can't pronounce. The ingredients should say Brussels sprouts. The Campbell's tomato soup, I'll do chicken noodle soup. Yes, a can of that, but I'll load it up with about 7-8 grams of rotisserie chicken. I love pickles. Like, this is just a free food. I don't even count these as calories. Let me see, what else we got? One more thing. I'll make this. This just tops off my shake. So I'll use the Swiss cacao, either Vanilla Sky or Swiss cacao, which is the chocolate. Prove It's Keto Nap product. And to give you an example, I can make it good or I can make it amazing. Amazing means I made it with about 80 more calories because I used a cup of dairy milk. And that has 0 fat, 6 carb, 13 protein. So I added a bunch of protein to it, negligible carb, 0 fat, and it tastes exactly like a milkshake because it's milk based. But I can take a scoop of the banana bread, or really any of the flavors are excellent. But I'll take a scoop of the Diamondized ISO 100 fudge brownie. I'll take a scoop of the oatmeal chocolate chip MRE light. And the difference between these two, this is not whey based. It's a whole food animal based. So it's got bovine, salmon, chicken, and egg protein, I think. I'll do a scoop of each of those, 1 packet of Swiss cacao, ice and water, amazing. Top it with not too much, because these calories can add up, but 2 tablespoons and you're done. Always drink it with a straw. I don't know why. The straw just makes it taste better. If you don't have this, I'm a big believer in condiments. You're going to get tired of grilled chicken. You are. G. Hughes, sugar-free barbecue sauce. Tastes amazing. What else we got? Cinnamon. You might need some cinnamon. You might need some stevia in the raw, the granular. And then here's the last few things. I don't know if you can see this. This is a Presto flip waffle maker. Okay? I don't even flip it anymore. Why? Because I can pour my batter, and y'all, the batter we show you how. If you have a Ninja, so you should have a Ninja blender or a decent blender that's got a mixing measuring cup. So I'll fill this to about 8-10 ounces. And the reason I do 8 to 10 is because there's some left over. I don't get a spatula, otherwise I got to clean the spatula. So when I pour it, there's some residual left over. But if I put, let's just call it 10 ounces of liquid egg, 1 scoop of this, and 1 scoop of this, I can make the 2 waffles that you see on my plate when I post them on Instagram or Facebook every morning. I spray this, close it. I don't even have to flip it. In about less than a minute, it's done. There's no heat settings. I don't know. This is about a $35 waffle iron. I believe you can buy it at walmart.com. They might have them in the store. Don't know. The Ninja. So I use those 2 things every single day. And then I think a food scale is great for people to understand and begin to measure. Hey, when I'm eating this lunch meat, how much protein did I just eat? Most people don't know. Eventually you will, because you'll come to realize what 5 ounces sitting on this scale looks like. And now all of a sudden you throw 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces into a 50 calorie, I got these at Walmart, 50 calorie low carb wrap. And there's something to be said in that. I did a hack earlier today, and this is all I'll say, and then we'll cut it short. But I did imagine not worrying about bread and wraps. Like, what if we just used half of that and 4 times the protein? In other words, put enough lunch meat or deli turkey or rotisserie chicken or sliced, whatever it is you use, the leaner the better when it comes to protein. Imagine if you just used one slice of bread, cut it in half, so now you have half a sandwich, but the sandwich has 8 ounces of turkey, which would be enough for 2 full sandwiches. Here's what happened. You just got full. And it was lower carb, high thermic effect. When I say thermic effect, protein has the most thermic effect of all 3 nutrients. Your body requires a lot of energy to digest, absorb, and assimilate protein, to break it down, much more than fat and more than carb. So now all of a sudden you just had a little bit of carb from either a slice of bread, I don't care if it's white bread, prefer Ezekiel bread, low carb wrap, but it's not about the bread, it just became about the protein. So double, triple your protein, watch what can happen. You fill up, it tastes great, little G. Hughes barbecue sauce, dip it in it, you're good to go. Yo, that's a start of your shopping list. I don't need you to tell you how to buy grilled chicken, or if you want red meat, 93.7 burger. I'll show you some other recipes. Remember, the lower the fat, the lower the calories. We're not anti-fat, we're just trying to lose our own. So the more fat we consume, the less fat we burn. Does that make sense? And I'm all about simple, fast, and easy, because here's what I know. I just talked to my buddy Cameron Core, and I said, Cam, if you follow exactly what I do, in 2, maybe 3, probably 2 weeks, you're gonna get over the hump. You know what the hump is? The hump is when you look in the mirror and you compare the picture on your phone to the picture 2 or 3 weeks later, and you're like, holy smokes, I didn't realize I could look this different this fast. You can. It's called BodyCompKeto. We show you how, I've done it. And so we just encourage you, get in where you fit in. All of this food would fill you for plenty of time. And here's the cool thing. It helps account for the cost of everything else. You know, ketones, my keto nat, we get it free because we have an awesome product referral program. You get a couple of friends to buy this, we'll credit you the average of their orders, you get product for free. The point is, let's just say you're paying full price. I can show you how to account for the cost of this in savings of your current grocery bill if you'll start shopping like this and eating BodyCompKeto. I can. I've done it. Tens of thousands of people are starting to show interest in what we're doing because we don't put you in a box of any said diet. Get in where you fit in. The only diet that works is the one you're going to do. The one I'll do, I have cereal. I have ham and egg bites. I have a protein bar that tastes like a candy bar. I have waffles every single morning that taste like I went to Waffle House. Probably better, far better for you. I figured out how to find what works for me. Now, you figure out what will work for you. Hopefully this will help you get started. Yo, my name's Coach Rob DeBoer. Please subscribe and like. We'll send you the shopping list, only though to our subscribers here on YouTube. Y'all take care.